Hi guys, and welcome to Video Game Week here at Crazy Random Happenstance. Now, I think it was last month or a few months ago, I did a really cool segment where I reviewed a game, and my lovely partner in crime, Rebecca Kelsey, helped me to kind of, give you an idea of what I was talking about while you would play a video game. Well, we're gonna do that again right now, and the games I'll be reviewing today is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword and Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. Alright, so let's start off with The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Now, before I continue this review, let me just warn you guys, I still haven't finished the game. I'm actually about 3/4 done with the game, and I have like the last little parts to take care of. So keep that in mind while I'm reviewing the game to you guys, because who knows, maybe something at the end of the game happens that changes my mind. But to begin with, the art direction in this game is beautiful. What Zelda creators decided to do was kind of capture that feel from the Wind Waker and combine it with the realism of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. And in the end, you have this amazing art look that kind of looks like a painting come to life. Like the background is blurry and it looks like the clouds were done with like paint strokes and stuff like that. It's incredibly amazing.
Oh my god, it's like I'm looking at a painting.
Alright, also, another thing is the relationship between the characters. Actually, to be more specific, it's actually the relationship with Zelda and Link. In all the other games, they've always had like a nice relationship, but we've never really had like this relationship that makes you feel like, man, I really want to go save this girl, or man, I really want to see what they're going to do together when they meet up. Skyward Sword has this. I mean, you're just watching them interact with each other, and you want them just to have more scenes together. It's just such a well-crafted relationship between the two, and you actually feel like the two of them genuinely care for each other. So that was something that stuck out to me excellently in The Legend of Zelda.
I accept their relationship.
And of course, the final point to point out is that the game is very epic. Like Zelda games in the past, it creates that same epic, I'm going on an adventure feel that all the other Zelda games have had. This game brings it out in a new, unique way, but you really feel like you're this person that goes on this amazing quest to go save someone, and the entire time you just want to see what happens next.
This is an epic adventure.
Now, to kind of talk about some of the stuff I didn't like about Skyward Sword, for one, I know I said the art direction is really beautiful, but the graphics themselves are kind of eh.
The graphics could be better.
So another con is the controls. Let me kind of explain it. The controls take a long time to get used to. Once you start the game, it's gonna feel very awkward because the game uses the Wii Motion Plus, which is that little extra thing that you attach to the end of it that some controllers actually have built in now. But while you're playing it, you're gonna think, man, this is just, it's so like, it knows what I'm doing, which sounds really good on paper, but when you start playing it, you realize, man, this is really tiring. I'm not really quite sure what I'm doing. So basically, it takes some time, there's a long learning curve, but once you actually get used to it, it kind of feels more natural.
Can't I hit him? It's hard to learn.
Alright, so now let's talk about Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. So, Uncharted 3. First off, let me just go on the record to say, these graphics are incredible. The game Uncharted, the first one, had great graphics. Uncharted 2 made them even better. I feel the graphics have gotten even better in Uncharted 3. I noticed in Uncharted 2 that some of the characters' faces looked really weird, like Chloe, for example. Her face, her eyes look beady and they kind of look creepy sometimes. In Uncharted 3, that has been fixed. Pretty much any error I could think of that I saw in the Uncharted 2, which was rare, has been fixed in this game. So graphics, a feast for the eyes.
The graphics. It's amazing. So amazing.
Also, I felt the storytelling in the game was really good. Uncharted 1 storytelling was kind of eh, like the way the levels were designed, the way the story was presented. It was neat, but it wasn't really that good. Near the end of the game, it got better, and they actually got that concept, the ending of Uncharted 1, and they brought that to all of Uncharted 2. and that game had amazing way of telling a story. The way the levels connect, the way that you see a person go from this point to this point is incredible. Same thing with Uncharted 3. I did not know how he was going to end up where he ended up, Nathan Drake, at the end of the game. And the game perfectly goes through everything with amazing action sequences and just shows it all for you. Like, it lays it all in front of you, and it is really incredible. I was amazed the entire time.
You know what? The way the story is told, it's perfect.
Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was the 3D. Now, when the 3D was first announced for this game, because PlayStation has just been sucking in with 3D, Uncharted 3 developers said that the 3D in this game was going to be great and that they were taking a lot of time and consideration with what they're going to do with the game 3D-wise, and they totally delivered. The 3D in this game is incredible. It's very subtle. It's not like the whole popping out at you 3D. It's more of a kind of depth 3D and more of like a subtlety.
3D.
Also, the multiplayer is fantastic. It totally sucks you in. The multiplayer has very different modes in it. You know, your regular stuff like team deathmatch and deathmatch and stuff like that. But the one thing that stuck out to me was the story-based mode, where they come up with kind of non-canonical sequences where characters all come together and go on an adventure together in different levels. And the way that is structured is really fun. I had such a blast playing through it, and it's definitely the reason why you keep wanting to come back to play multiplayer.
Multiplayer. Nice.
So to talk about the cons of this game, really there's only two things that bothered me in this game. The first was the actual storyline itself. Now, I said that I felt the story was presented in a really good way, and yeah, it was. Like, you can't say that the storyline was not presented well. But the actual content in the storyline, I felt like it started off really strong, and near the end of the game, it kind of got meh. Like, the middle was pretty cool, the beginning was great, and then the ending is just kind of like, I don't know, it felt very just wrapped up really quickly, and it didn't have that epic feel that Uncharted 2 had, the previous one.
The storyline of Uncharted 3 is not as good as Uncharted 2.
Another con I felt was that the game did not have anything really new added to it. There's a lot of stuff from Uncharted 2 that they made better, but going from Uncharted 2 to 3, you're not going to notice a whole lot added, as opposed to when we went to Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2, where there's a lot of stuff added.
See this game, Uncharted 2? See this game, Uncharted 3? In between, there was nothing added.
So anyway guys, thank you very much for watching my review with my lovely assistant Rebecca. And I hope you guys tune in next week for more crazy random happenstance action. And tune in next month for another gaming section week thingy-mabob. So, yeah.
I have a dog.
Hey, put me down.